Emily Dreyfus.
Good evening. My name is Emily Dreyfus, and I'm a community organizer with the Legal Aid Justice Center and on the Advisory Council for the Public Housing Association of Residents. Our offices are at 1000 Preston Avenue. I can't help but comment on the prior speaker's suggestions for just a moment that I would really hope the name for the parks comes from the community that is most unrepresented in this community at this point. I think that there are good reasons to do different things, but whether it might be Mary Carey Park that a colleague of mine recently suggested, or another name, I really think that the people who are most affected by the injustice that's happened in this community are the ones who need to be making those decisions. And I hope that outreach from the city is happening in a way that involves people who are least likely to be before you in this type of format. So I'm here to talk with you about affordable housing and community involvement. 2 days ago, Legal Aid Justice Center, FAR, and others provided a conference in collaboration with UVA. A total of over 200 people attended. I wish more of you had been able to make it. It was a really interesting and helpful day. Most of the day we had a standing room only crowd. Speakers ranged from people promoting jobs programs to a low-income leader from Right to the City, which is the author of the recently released report called Communities Over Commodities. We wish that our community will take a page out of that report, or many pages, and start making more progress on affordable housing. As you've heard many times before, the city is bleeding. Maybe some of our wounds from the past summer have lessened with time, but we are far from healthy. We are in a growing crisis as more and more people are forced out of our community. Yet, the city continues to allow the real estate market to freely determine low-income people's fate. That is not only unjust, but irresponsible. I was very disturbed to hear the proposed budget's lack of focus on the unmet needs of low-income, predominantly African-American residents. In particular, the tax relief program for homeowners is slated for only a very small increase, $75 to $100 per year per household. I'm not an expert on the specifics of this program, but it seems to me that this is one of the few tools that you have in your toolbox, and such a small increase is inadequate to address the needs, especially when homeowners are facing significant tax increases due to the city's rapidly rising assessments. I've been told in some neighborhoods that the assessments of the land have doubled in Rose Hill area. And that is going to result in true hardship, and we need to do much more than a slight increase. Over a year ago, NDS gave a report about displacement in the SAA, and data was not included for the past 5 years, but in the several years prior to 2012, almost 200 African-American families had been displaced from that neighborhood alone. This is a tragic situation, and it needs aggressive action. Thank you.